Yeah, just cut it there.
On this camera, through my eyes, looks flipping fantastic. To the way the height of Tryfan, so it looks different from this angle, but looking down into the valley and you've got all this heathers here and the rocks. Hello and welcome to another one. We are out and about. This morning we stopped in a place called Llanfairfecwn. And yeah, you did see a blonde head then. Yes, look who's here! Look who's coming out to play. It's the Mrs. C. Not only is she Mrs. C, but we're going to tell you a secret later on all about her. Well, it's not a secret, but it's a good bit of information that we found out, and it's well cool.
Yeah. I was thinking then, what are you going on about? I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So we are heading out. We're in the van. We're in the van for the weekend, so you've got the pleasure of us for today and tomorrow. We're going up there. Now, we've been up there right back at the beginning. I know it as Affonlur, but it's not. There's a lake at the top, and we've never been up to the lake. We went up to the wall and the stile. Now, Mr. Steve Staines put a video out a few weeks ago, exactly the place to where we're going to now. But he stayed for sunset, and that's our sort of plan. Yeah, just got to get the sticks out of the boot. Out the garage. So yeah, that's our plan to head up the hill. We've got stinging nettles downside the van, which isn't nice, but that's the summer for you. I'm not going to waffle on too much, so I don't want to make it too long, but yeah, we are going up there, and we've got the gracious Mrs. C with us today, with her new slinky self, with all her workout and fitness she's been doing. She's looking good, and I just want to see how good she really is for the fitness now. Right, happy to be out? Don't know yet, do you?
Don't know yet, I'll tell you when we get to the top.
Right, I'll speak to you in a bit. So we're on the move. We're actually out walking now. We've got quite a bit of gear with us. I've actually got something a little bit new today to try out, and yeah, Mr. Heaton inspired me the other week, well, a few weeks ago now, to actually get one of my cameras converted to infrared. I've been thinking about it for the last few years, especially over COVID and that, to try out something a bit different, but I never really got around to doing it. And he popped up with a video. He'd had his XT3 converted to infrared. I went, damn, let's get mine done. Let's go and actually do it, because I liked his shots. So I got my XT1, which has been sat on my shelf for ages and ages and ages. So I actually sent it off to be converted. Now, it's not a cheap process. It really isn't a cheap process, but it's brought a little bit of life back into this little camera that just sat there doing absolutely nothing. Now, I've taken a look through the viewfinder at home, and I'm sure you know what infrared does, but infrared basically turns all the foliage and greens and stuff to whites, and it turns like blues to black. So I'm really interested in trying to find the odd image. Now, the good thing with having the XT1 and the XT4 in my bag is they use the same lenses, so I haven't got to carry extra lenses. All I've got is the body, and I've got my standard lens attached to it. So I'm going to try it out today. I'm going to see if I can get the odd one or two pictures and use it to look through to try and learn what does what, because I don't really know. You know, I know that stone and bark on trees looks black, so I've got a couple of images already in mind in different places that I need to go and visit. But here today, I don't know what it'll do. I'm kind of guessing with Tryfan being made of stone, Tryfan should look quite black, the wall should look black, but the grass around it should look white. So I'm kind of interested to see how that works. But I do know it's a good old walk to get up there, and we're just going to take our time. It's 11:30 at 12 o'clock, so we're going to take a nice slow plod up. We are at the mid-August, and 12:15 it is, mid-August, so we've got quite a long time till the evening light, and that's the plan for today, to take our time and see if we can get some evening light. So let's get this little thing up the hill, see if we can take a couple of shots with it, and try and enjoy the walk as best we can, because it's a steep one. We've actually got quite nice conditions today. It's warmish, but a coolish breeze. Beautiful looking mountains today, because you've got that bit of a lush green. You've got, if I can get the sky, you've got these blue patches. Now, I'm going to keep saying now that we don't do blue, but with this infrared camera, I've just taken my Virgin shot, and it makes everything look so different. So the learning curve is, so far for me, that the lake behind there goes jet black because it's reflecting that blue from the sky. Obviously your clouds stay white and puffy, which is fantastic, so you get that nice jet black sky against the blue. So bring on a bit of blue sky to test it out. Your foliage and everything's green, but different shades of green, and the rocks were obviously reflecting some infrared light because
Does it actually show green in the camera?
no, they were white. Sorry, yeah. The green goes white. Sorry, yeah. And then you know you got like the rocky bits which have a different shades of grey. So it's just learning. But I just walked over the river just now, and I just said to Denise that you know the river should then shine black. So you got this nice black streak walking, you know, going down. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a learning curve for me. I've never shot infrared. I've never really been interested in it, but I've seen some images that really jump out. Mr. Heaton, he took one of a fantastic tree in a field, and it looked amazing. So yeah, that's kind of what I want, that inspiration, and he's given me the inspiration to actually go out and spend the money and do it, rather than thinking about it all the time. And I think I was thinking about it because it's just like the XT1, it's only a low megapixel camera, but at the end of the day it's just a toy for me. It's not something to take serious, and if I do get serious, I'll just convert one of the bigger cameras, you know, as one comes available. But yeah, no, thoroughly so far, that first shot of the Devil's Kitchen, Leon Ogwen and all that just looked fantastic. So I'm going to do my best to get a corker today that I can say that was the first one, and we can get going. So we're going to keep plodding on up, and Mrs. C's gone. She's already ahead of me. You excited then? You excited?
Yeah, I'm excited.
She's excited. She's all excited.
Yeah.
We just had a fighter jet fly through the valley because we forgot
Used to be in the Air Cadets, didn't I?
it's
It
Friday.
brings back all your youth.
Yeah, you can see this. And next thing you know, you got a fighter jet because they've actually stopped flying drones over this area, and that's why, because that went through the valley at less than 400 feet easy. And
I love stuff like that.
yeah, it's Friday because we got the day off. We did a wedding yesterday, so we've treated ourselves, or I've treated myself to a day off. Denise is on Denise is on school term holiday, and so yeah, it's a Friday, which was when they fly. So maybe we should have made a plan to go up the Mac Loop, really, but never mind, another day.
I'd have been up at the crack of dawn for that.
She would have been, yeah. I'm going to just pop the camera out and have a quick look and see if I can take a shot. She's going to sit down and see if there's another jet fighter come through. She's found herself a rock to perch on. So yeah, that's her plan for 5 minutes. Yeah, I'm going to get the camera out and just have a little look just to see what it looks like with the infrared on. And I can't really show you on the camera, can I? I suppose I can do a little tiny bit of video. I might do a bit of a video pan round just to give you an idea of what it does, and I'll explain more once I know a bit more. So we're doing short little bursts, a little bit of walking, stop, catch your breath, a little bit of walking, stop, catch your breath. We just lost the path. I know the area, I've been up here before, but the path sort of disappeared. We got into a bit of boggy bit, and then we just walked literally past some grass, and she's showing off now. She's going to come racing past me. Get on with you. Yeah, but they put some new stones down to make the path a little bit easier to get up, and once you pick up the trail again, you're away. But I've got it on the OS map. Seem to be using it a lot these days, just to keep an eye on where I am, how far it is, to show you and stuff like that as well. So it's a handy little tool to have. I do pay for the sub on it. It's only about £8-9 I think a year, whatever it is. It's worth it because you get to use different overlays on the maps, and quite handy and useful. Plot routes on it as well, which is good. Look at her. She only walked 500 yards and she's knackered. In fact, no, was it? Oh no, it wasn't. It was 10 yards. So we're nearly on our first proper stopping place. We're at the stile and the wall. Now, if you haven't seen the image I took here 4 years ago, I'll put it up on the screen for you now so you can have a look. That's Trafan, one of the most famous mountains to look at in this area, definitely. And I'd love to go up there one day. The other week in the rain, I was over on that side there. You can just see the path going up, and then I came across back down to Llanidwell, which is over there. Tomorrow's plan is to try and get up on the top if we can. I don't know, we'll see how we do. We'll go as far as we can. I might have to make my bag a bit lighter. Mrs. C's just grabbing 5 minutes down there. I'm just going to make my way up to this stile because we are nearly there now. We're only getting up to there for the first stop. So I'm just going to make my way up. They have put a path in now, and the areas that you can't find it, there's some proper stones and stuff, which is really good. So thank you to all the guys and volunteers or whatever that do those stone paths and the work, the councils or whatever it is, because they do really help, especially when it gets boggy and muddy. makes it easier to get up and down. But today we are going up higher. Once you pass this stile, we're going to go up to the lake, which I think is only another 500 metres or so up the road, or around the corner. It's all on the OS map. I'll have a look in a sec. But I've never been there, so here's another one to tick off the box then. Come on. Come on. Poor old lady. Let me help you up the hill. Come on. Do you want me to carry her? Get up there. And we'll have to tell them the secret in a minute. Oh, you're looking forward to this, aren't you? You alright there?
Yeah.
That feel good? Do you feel energised?
No.
Do you feel like taking a picture?
Yeah.
So this is kind of, in a way, this is kind of where it began, sort of thing. I suppose for me, this is one of my very, very early vlogs. I think my first ones were up in the Lake District, and I did a couple here. Very, very early on. Have I changed much? How many years? 4 years?
4 years.
About 4 years ago. And yeah, we started off here. If you remember, we were here and there was an old style, and the new one was on the ground and we had to drag it out of the way. And now that's obviously the new one that looks a bit more older, which is quite nice. So it blends in a bit more now. There looks like there's a few posts along here with a bit of wire on, which it didn't have before, but so be it. But yeah, this is a cracking image. Mr. Staney got quite a nice shot here, like I say, the other week. He had a bit more low light and stuff like that, so it was quite nice. I'm going to hang around here. I'm going to walk up to the lake, which is just up round that corner, so we're going to walk up there and have a look. But I do want a shot here. I'm going to take an ordinary shot with these lovely clouds and the dappled light, and then I'm going to take a black and white infrared shot as well, because I think it might work quite nice. Definitely with the white bits. Hopefully the wall will be a nice grey that I can tone down. The water's going to be black. The puffy clouds in between are going to be black, so that'd be interesting. I could quite get into this infrared stuff. It's looking really good through the camera, but it's not going to take over. It won't take over my life, but it's something else to give me a little bit of inspiration. What?
Yes, it will.
She reckons it will. It won't. Look at her down there. Look at her. Look at her. You've got secrets to tell. Yeah, coming up very, very soon. Okay, so my tripod's out, camera's set up. Banging composition, absolutely banging composition. You can't ask for much better than this. You've got a leading line from the right hand side coming down with a little path, goes over the stile, takes you down into the image. You've got a leading line from the wall from the left, taking you from the left hand side, leading you all the way down to the hills in the background. And if you think about your diagonals, you've got a diagonal wall going through the image, and you've also got a little clump of tall grasses with a stile with Trefan, 3 elements going across the other side. So there is elements in this. You've also got Ogwen, the water, the Llyn, the lake going down through as well. Everything's balanced, everything works. It's a beautiful classic image taken from up here. I did this shot way back when, like I said, and the atmosphere was pretty cool back then. This is nice, it's different, it's got lots of different tones to it. It's very more a summery style of image. I'm an f11 ISO 160 because that's as low as this native will go on this camera, and I'm going to take this shot. Mrs. C's actually in it. I can just clone her little head out. She's sitting above the rock. Put my timer on as well because I'm still on wedding camera style. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a polarizer on, so I want to darken that water down, and by putting that polarizer on, it should darken the water down quite a bit. So let's pull out my filters and give that a bit of a go. Just clip them on my tripod, keep them handy. So let's pull out the old polarizer. Got a bit of dust on it, that's all right. Pop it on the front like so, and then what we'll do is we'll give it a spin. Perfect. Now it makes that water really dark and makes the image a little more flatter and blended in. That's it. We've got all these dappled light all over the place which should work quite well. So we'll take that one again. 2-second timer, so that's quite a nice shot. Like I say, Mrs. C is in it, and I'll just dab her out with the cloning tool. Yeah, that's not bad. Now if I spin the polarizer around, I just want to see what he's doing to the sky. Not a great deal, not a great deal. It's pretty much when the water's dark, the sky's dark. So we can look for different, different positions for the dappled light, but what would be nice is I could do a bit of shade over me, which darkens down the foreground. But what I'll do with this image, I'll just take a grad filter in Lightroom, and I'll do a grad across the bottom up to the wall probably, and just tone this half of the image down so your eye naturally goes over to the far side of the wall and looks at that bit, because that's the important bit. Really nice. Now what I've done this time rather than last time, I've come up a little bit higher, so I'm looking down over the wall, and it looks really good. So this would do me for sunset, because sunset's going to set that in. So if I can get sunset or towards sunset, lower light in the sky, let's see how that pans out. So we're going to go up there and then come back, but we're definitely having some lunch here first, because it's gone 1 o'clock. So whatever time we set off, it's now 1:45, so it's taken us that long. We took our time and just moseyed on up. So I'm going to try something different now. This time I'm going to take my polarizer back off the camera. I'm now going to take this camera off the tripod. I'm going to swap it for the infrared camera, and I'm going to put this lens on it, because they're similar size sensors, so this should be a same size image. So I'm going to put this lens on the other camera, set it up in exactly the same composition, and take the same picture again but in infrared, and show you the difference. Are you selfieing, Mrs. C? She's selfieing down there. Wow, what a difference. What a difference that makes. So I've got to remember how to control this camera, because this one's this one's a little bit different. So same composition. I haven't got a 2-second timer on, because I haven't got all the settings on that camera the same. Does a polarizer work? Does it actually do anything on an infrared camera? This is a question I don't know. So I'm going to put it on and have a look, because I do not know whether it does or it doesn't. Of course it does. It does exactly the same. It darkens that water down. So it's taking the reflection out and making that water black. And I really like that. So I'm going to put this up on the screen for you now in a comparison with the other one. F8 on this one. I should have gone to F11 the same, but we can do F11. And I've actually got what I asked for. I've got shade on this side and light on the other side. And for this actual infrared, it is banging. It's awesome. I love this. I am very addicted to this already. This is brilliant. That's brilliant. Oh, I like that. I really, really like that. You didn't tell him your secret. Let's get to the top of this bit. I think we've only got to go to that bit of waterfall there. I think so, yeah, it's flattening off, isn't it? Let's give it a go. She's off. She's off. No wizard to see, but she's definitely off. Never been up this high before, so this is the first for us. So it can't be far now. It's got to be just up on this little bit here. Alright, so it wasn't just over that little waterfall. It's a little bit further yet. But it's flattened out and now we're starting to feel like we're up a long way. I think it's probably just over that little flat bit there. So we're not far. Just some grass and that to walk across. But yeah, it's as high as I've been on this side now, and I've never seen Trefan quite the same shape as that. And you see the paths that lead over it, and is that? It's not. See the what's it called behind it? What's behind it? What's behind it? Oh, I can't think of the name of the mountains behind it. But yeah, you can see right down. Problem is when I get to places like this, I think, well, it's only a little bit further to go up there, isn't it? But every time you go up a bit, you've got to come down it all. The downhill's not so bad, it's just a bit harder on your knees sometimes. But yeah, it's really nice, and I must admit it's nice sharing it with Mrs. C. It makes a change. Makes a change having the old woman out. Come on you, we've got a secret to tell you. It's not a secret at all. It's nothing to do with a secret whatsoever. It's just something really interesting that's given me a bit of a buzz, and it's definitely give this one a bit of a buzz, that's for sure.
Really a man?
Oh, what? You're nearly a man? Oh, you're really a man? No, she ain't. No, she ain't. So we are fastly approaching Llyn. It's not a Llyn, this one, is it? It's called Quimbo. I can't pronounce it. I can't even say it. I'll have a look and put it up on the screen for you. But we can see it now. The water levels have got to be low. I mean, look at this behind. Doesn't this look spectacular? You're sort of looking off into nowhere, into nothing. It looks really cool. And it's nice seeing something new. I've always said this in my videos. When I go to a new place, it's always all inspiring because it's fresh to your eyes. Somewhere you've never been, somewhere you've never seen, another tick to tick off your list. And now I can tick this lake off, this Llyn, this Quim, whatever it's called, Quimbrian, something like that. Absolutely trashing the Welsh language, aren't I? There she is. There she is. We've made it thus far. Absolutely cool. The walks do go on. They go up and over. You can go up over around the top of this ridge. You can go over the top of this, come down by the cafe the other side of Penny Ogwen. But yep, that's it. We've done it.
To the lake, but
it's nice to get to the lake.
The view's a bit better over that.
Oh, the view's better over there. Yeah, you're in a little dip, aren't you? But yeah, it's pretty awesome. It just makes you want to go up there a bit further, doesn't it? Oh, it's only a little bit further. Didn't want to go up there. No. It's cold now, isn't it? As well. The wind's catching us. Right, I'm not sure there's a shot here anyway. I'm gonna have a little look through the old infrared, see what it looks like. But oh, the wind's got up. Yeah, definitely better and nicer over the other side. I am not kidding you. This little thing is amazing today. I've wanted to do it for a long time, but I didn't really see how I'd get around on using it, whether I'd actually be bothered by it, you know, because I've seen images and think, yeah, the odd one or two look really good. This scene in front of me on this camera through my eyes looks flipping fantastic. The water and the dark where the stones are, you've got like a V going in. The leading line is jet black. It looks so good. All the foliage, all the green is white, very, very light. And then you've got these really dark, foreboding mountains in the background and a really interesting, dark, foreboding, ominous sky behind it. It looks brilliant. I hope when I get this on the screen at home it looks as good as what it does through this camera. Now I've got the camera set to black and white, which is giving me the tones I need to see the infrared. So the camera's set up at black and white, so everything I see is black and white. I'm shooting in RAW, so that means when I get back I've probably got to convert them to black and white, and depending on how I convert them will probably depend on how they actually look. But that looks really good. Really good. So Mrs. C is on a project. She's got her camera out. She's looked at these rocks and she likes the fact that you can see through and these, and she said it doesn't really make a good picture, you know, with this boring old background in it. So I suggested, why not just concentrate on a close shot, just looking through and just getting that, you know, those colours, those tones, and just get a sort of arty-farty sort of image. So that's what she's trying to do. And she's also, what you dropped? Oh, a bee. She's found a bee.
No, it was on me. I've just put my hand on a bee, but thankfully knocked it off and stung it. Stung it.
You don't want to be getting stunged in.
Stung it before it stung me. Little shit.
Yeah, these rocks look good, don't they? But I just got a corker of a shot there with the old infrared.
Oh, yeah. Is the man who's not going to be obsessed with it?
Yeah, the man that's not obsessed with it. I think it's converting me.
Not like you to be, you know, obsessed with things and.
Wow. Is it story time?
Well.
Story time. Let me give you the microphone. You can tell a story.
It's alright. I can talk from here. You come and sit next to me. So here we on.
Go on, Jack and Ori. Tell us a
Right.
story.
So, rumour has it, and I'm going to find out on Tuesday for definite, because I'm going to see it for myself. My sister has been researching our family tree for Lord knows how many years, months, whatever else, and it turns out that, well, on my dad's side of the family, so it's 29 times removed from my dad, so it'd be 30 for me. I am 30th great blah 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 niece of Ragnar Lothbrok's brother, who
Rolo.
yeah, it's kind of, his name's changed I think over history. He was recorded as Rolf, or spelt so it sounded like Rolf through history, but it's kind of changed over the years to become Rollo or Rollo
Lothbrok.
Rollo Lothbrok. But
he was
Christian
yeah,
he was Ragnar Lothbrok's.
If you don't know Ragnar Lothbrok,
Hold on a minute, hold on. I'm telling this story. You sure?
She's telling the story. Just if you don't know, she's a bloody Viking.
Yeah, I'm a Viking. So Rollo Lothbrok, converted to Christianity, and was given an area in France to sort of keep control of, on the like proviso, if you like, that he defended that land, defended the mouth of the River Seine, I think it was, against Viking invasions, which of course was his brother Ragnar Lothbrok, which he did. So converting to Christianity. So the heritage is sort of Viking, French, because Rollo Lothbrok is the great grandfather of William the Conqueror. So you just be careful, Compton. If the Viking don't get you, the rest of the genes will. So yeah, it's quite exciting. So
see, I married a Viking basically.
My sister's bringing a research down with her on Tuesday, so I can actually see for myself how all the branches of the family tree sort of lead down to little old
but
me.
Your mother's side though has also got an interest, hasn't it?
On Mum's side of the family, our ancestors owned quite a lot of land throughout Cheshire. Yeah. And one of our ancestors, Adam de Bostock.
She could even be Lord or Lady as well.
Yeah, you know. Well,
Lord and Lady
Muck
of the Viking clan.
The Viking clan. Adam de Bostock was one of the recorded owners of Bostock Hall, and he is one of my ancestors. Now, whether that's bloodline ancestor or whether he just felt a little bit fruity one day with the scullery maid, I don't know, but yeah, that's part of our family tree too. So
pretty cool, really.
So just be careful.
You're quite chuffed. She was quite pleased to tell me that she was actually sort of related somewhere down the line with a bit of blood from Ragnar Lothbrok, because she knows I am massive on Vikings. I love all the Viking stuff, and I've watched all the programmes and the films and the series and stuff like that.
It's one in the eye for Paul, basically.
And it was one in the eye for me, but we don't know what I'm related to. I could be a hell of a beast.
Who needs a family tree to know that?
Never going to find out my family tree. It's almost impossible to trace. But yeah, hey ho, there's our story. Thank you, Jack.
Yeah. Jack and Ori. I'm dead excited. If I am a Viking, if my ancestry is Viking, I'm having a great big Viking tattoo on my thigh.
A big boat.
No.
I'll build you a boat, shall I? Push you out to sea. That means I can shoot burning arrows into you. Oh. I've always said when I die, I want to be pushed out to sea in a boat and have burning arrows fired into me on like a Viking longboat. I've always said that, but I don't think the law will let you do it, will it?
I don't think it'd let you know.
Never mind. Anyway, that's the story. That's made this video really long. I'm going to shut up now. She's going to shut up now and make her way back down.
I'm going to go and build myself a shield or something, you know. Ship. Or...
She's going to build a bow and arrow and a big
We're
axe.
actually going to the Faroes in October.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
Oh yeah, she can't wait. We're going to the Faroe Islands again. I'm taking her over there, so she's going to go and meet some of her ancestors. Short talk. We got to go. The lake from up here, and the view's amazing. What's it like, Viking? So we just decided to walk over from the mound over that side to have a bit of a look, and I'm so glad we did, because we wanted to have a look and see if we can see down into the Ogwen Valley and Llyn Ogwen over the side. Excuse me. And yeah, I think we nailed a couple of really cool compositions, really cool couple of shots. Now, shot with both the infrared and the colour. You can see over to the Llyn I was at the other week. We're up sort of 2/3 of the way, or yeah, I would say 2/3 of the way, the height of Trefan, so it looks different from this angle, but looking down into the valley, and you've got all those heathers here and the rocks, looks really good. And I took the one on the infrared, and that just looks bangingly amazing. Like I say, they're good on the back of the camera. You're seeing them before I am on the full screen. Yeah, it just looks amazing. What a different way of seeing the world and seeing things. Really, it just looks so good. I'm very addicted to it today. It looks really, really good. Mustn't let it run away with me. But yeah, you get those pockets of light, and those pockets of light that hit the sides of the hills, they really do light up white. Absolutely phenomenal. But yeah, a couple of really good shots, I think. Bit of a mixture for you between the two, colours and black and white, but interesting. And if Mrs. C's got anything interesting, I'll put that up as well for you and have a look at that. So handheld, yeah, they were handheld. Look at her, she's just lounging there. You probably can't see her from this angle, but she's just lounging. Look at her, look, here she is. She's just lounging there in the heather. Can you look at it? Look what these Vikings are like. They're terrible. Don't offend the Vikings. Right, that's it. That's enough for us for now. We will catch up with you back at the wall. We'll have a look and weigh it up maybe. If not, then we'll catch up with you somewhere down the hill, because we've got to go back down there, and you can just see the old bus down in the corner. There's a little white spot down there, and that's ours. We're actually 663 meters over there, so we're about 670 meters possibly here, and then we're going to drop down to 300 and something meters. I think we're 360 meters of height. That's where we've got to drop. So yeah, it's a fair walk down. It's going to be fun, especially a little bit where you miss the path. You'll be all right. You're a Viking.
I'm going to regret telling you that.
Yeah. Right, we are done. I think we've just come down to the stile and we sat here and just had a bit more munchies and a bit of sugar. We're now going to head back down. The sun's going to go down behind Penny Ogwen really this time of year, so we're not going to get any evening light as such. Plus we want to try and bag ourselves a place for tonight, and we're going to try and do a big walk tomorrow. So I think me and our Viking is going to call it a day. So yeah, so it's bye from me, and it's definitely bye from thou. And I think that's it for today. Hopefully you've enjoyed the bit of infrared stuff. You know, I've definitely enjoyed using it and trying it out and testing it, and it's been quite good fun. So yeah, hopefully you've quite enjoyed that. So till next time, don't forget, like and subscribe, give us that thumbs up, it really means a lot. Does help the old algorithms, and maybe share the video with someone. It might encourage them or inspire them to try something different, like getting your camera converted. Now, like I say, this wasn't cheap. This was actually £260 to have converted, so it was quite a lot of money, but but it's brought some life back to a camera that did nothing and sat on the shelf, and today I thoroughly enjoyed it. So yeah, it's worth it in that sense. And to have it on me in the van, I won't be using it all the time, but to have it on me, it does mean on certain days it would actually pay dividends to have it. So yeah, we're going to go now. Say goodbye, wife.
Bye, wife. I'm going for a pot noodle.
You're going for a pot noodle. She wants a pot noodle as well, and I fancy some noodles. And I think we've got some, I don't know what we've got else to eat. We haven't got a lot. We're dieting. Well, we're trying to. See you soon, guys. Ciao for now. Bye bye.